good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Wednesday, the 26th of March, 2025. All right, President Trump addressed the world today, just about an hour ago from my shooting of this, and he gave us the auto tariffs. Simply put, and he made it sound very simple. If the auto is not manufactured in the United States, a 25% permanent tariff goes on it. This is not for auto parts. This certainly impacts cars that are assembled and sent to the U.S. from Mexico, Canada, Europe, Japan. I can go on and on. So the key is, as the president explained it, to get auto manufacturers to expand their facilities in the United States, employ more people here, and assemble their cars here. So I think that was pretty interesting, all right? So he didn't hurt this part supply. That didn't get crimped. But let's assume you're out today and you've had a really good trading year last year and you're looking for your Porsche and you wanted to go out and order it right now. Unless that Porsche is made in the United States, and I don't think they make them here. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think so. Your 150,000, 200,000, or hell knows how much money just went up 25%. Forget it if you're buying a Ferrari, because so many people buy Ferraris and you order them the way that you'd want them. I did that when I bought one, and you wait a while, but it comes in the way you'd want it. And this goes on and on down the line. I now drive a smart car. You heard me. I love it. It's my favorite car. And I just keep fixing it, rebuilding it, love the thing. It's the easiest car to get around in a city. I don't have to worry about it. I love the car. So I'm a guy that had it all, and I'm very fortunate, and I realize that. But I'm back to basics in my life and enjoy it. Now, this also had a statement come with it by the president that the tariffs that are coming on April 2nd, there's going to be surprises. They're going to be more in line with what we're being tariffed. They're reciprocal and in some cases lower. So I don't know how much the stock market will get hit off this news. None of this is bullish news. I want to make that clear. The question is, how hard of a hit can the market get? That's going to be what you look at. In regular news tomorrow, you're going to get the final look at the fourth quarter GDP in the morning. Jobless claims are expected to be up a couple of thousand. National Association of Realtors pending home sales will come out at 9 o'clock, and you'll get natural gas storage. Excuse me. But as you can imagine, the story's all going to be about tariffs and next week's tariffs that are coming now. When we take a look at coin, and this is your Coinbase, the market had a bounce and it's pulling back, filling a gap in here, by the way. The pattern on the chart is still one of higher lows, higher highs. So in pure looking at a market, forget other filters on it, you're in a minor uptrend at this point. The battleground, and you hear me say this over and over, the 18-day average of closes, because it finished the day under it. The market has a downside bias, and you label this so far as a bear market rally that has hit its target and it's faltering at it at this point. The Bollinger Bands are very far away. You frankly haven't hit it since end of February. So they're really not in play. It's more or less the sideways action and the fact that the market has lifted itself out of being oversold and it's no longer oversold. So what is it? I'd call it neutral as can be at this point. In Dutch Brothers, be careful. The rally had no leg to it, and I didn't expect it would. And the reason is, if you'll recall yesterday, we were talking, and I said, if the market wants to run, well, that's fine and dandy. The resistance will be the upper Bollinger Band, but you're already overbought. So you've got to take that into consideration. And while the market tried the up move a little bit today, it did falter. Would not surprise me that it wants to pull back to 65, 68 and hang in there for a little bit. CrowdStrike, same thing. I said yesterday it was overbought. The market is probably wants to fight a battle against the 100-day average in green down to the 18-day average and see what it can do there. And I think a lot of these markets now people are going to look back. We're going in the Thursday trade. April 2nd, the tariffs are going to hit. They've had their first bite of the apple tonight. They can see the president means business. He also said he's going to be fair, so he's done a balancing act here. He could have easily put tariffs on foreign-made auto parts. He did not. That doesn't hurt the automakers in America at this point. So this was thought out, and now he wants to see them come. And he was very careful to use the word permanent tariffs. In other words, you want to keep making your cars and send them to America from abroad? You can. We want them. You're just going to be 25% more. And he's hoping to get $100 billion because of it. Pretty big numbers. In STNG, lower highs, lower lows, the market's reaffirmed its bearishness. You'd have to go back up and take out Tuesday's high in the market. In order to negate that, you've opened the door up to come down here to 37.52. Trend down, bias down. When we look at Alibaba, trend down, bias down, but oversold. If it can stretch itself out, maybe you're getting in here. Alibaba and other Chinese manufacturers are trying to give the idea that the AI play that America is doing is not warranted with all the spending, that they have a different way of doing it, and they're not going to spend that kind of money. Well, what they've done, the reality is they're much more software efficient. That's what they did with DeepSeek and the others. Chip-wise, they are not. And China is now going after NVIDIA. NVIDIA was down about $7 today, and they're now looking at the H20 chip and saying it pollutes the air. So it's the next step of banning it. So they don't want NVIDIA products anymore. They think they can do their own. Okay. But all of this is not the most bullish thing in the world right now for these. In Hood, I think tomorrow's the day that the pros are going to nibble away. Probably in the 42.82 to 42.50 area. I don't think they want to see the market get much under 41.50. If it does, they might say, enough, maybe I'll take a look. What's wrong with doing that? You're still overbought. That's the problem that bothers me. I hate telling my clients to buy when you have a stochastic that's in overbought territory. If when it gets down there, it's not overbought, I'll take a fresh look at it. You're still seeing the energy stocks just hum along, embedded readings. You're not even getting breaks to buy. Until you do, if you're not in it, don't get in it. Let the market come to you. In XLF, the financial sector, you're overbought. Again, you're now above everything. I'd be a little bit cautious. This is the first test of a 100-day average. Markets often come back and test that. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. In XLI, you had a failure. You had a reversal day today. So until today's high is taken out with an overbought market, I would not be surprised to see prices try to give us a retracement into the 132.50 area and see what it can do there on the industrials. They are overbought. Like XOM, embedded reading in XLE, again, I wouldn't be surprised on pullbacks. You're looking to come into the market. The big supports between the 100-day average and the 18-day average. In GLD, you still haven't lost the bullish embedded reading. And until you do, I think traders will have buy orders in the market under it to buy the market, looking for it to continue higher, because what the president just did with this tariff is bullish. And the immediate reaction in the gold futures doesn't mean they'll be this way when we wake up in the morning. They were up $3 on the news. So we will see what that does, and we'll see if this market can hang in there. In SLV, we have a different pattern completely. We have lower highs, as you can see, and lower lows. Yet the market is over the 18-day average of closes. In order to negate the downtrend, with an upside bias, by the way, you have to take out Tuesday's high, and then the market reverses that pattern. In the copper market, finally some profit taking. I told you eventually it's going to happen. And don't be surprised if you lose the embedded reading in a day or so and get a bit more of a correction. There's so much bullish news out on the market that it's the old thing. When you hear that much bull news, probably time to take something off the table. And as I told you, it's buy the rumor, sell the fact in some of these markets. I haven't changed my opinion. In BND, TLT, they're acting identical. Coming down, probably going to challenge the lower band as interest rates have been creeping a little bit higher recently. In the dollar, it was strong today at the expense of the euro, which was really weak. In fact, the euro's back in a downtrend. So the dollar's recouped itself, which I'd expect. All of these tariffs won't be taken initially as they go on over the next week is bearish the dollar, more bearish other currencies. Then traders will rethink and come up with whatever they think their longer attitude is. But I would assume the first move is just what you're getting at this point. And if you've ever wanted to get on top of things with me, now is the time. I have patiently sat out a lot of this market for the past 8 to 10 business days. I told traders there's going to be opportunity. What we don't want to do is what so many are doing. So many people have been saying, let's buy the break in the market. Let's buy. Well, the market keeps breaking, as you know, in many of these. So where do you protect yourself? Why not have a fresh look now that we're starting to see the tariffs come in, where to go? I do this both in the futures and in my morning spider ETFs. All you need to do is go to iraepstein.com research. Everything you need is right there. Join me in the mornings because now the trades are going to start coming out. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with you all in my other updates tonight and first thing in the morning.